Okay, so I feel like how I knew that I really had like an ego death is because whenever I used to take like shrooms or psychedelics or acid or anything like that, I would always throw up like every single time. And it wasn't just like, oh, I just threw up just one or twice. It'd
Mm-hmm.
be like vigorously for hours. Like I would throw up for hours and I'd be glued to the toilet. I couldn't
I
move. I
think
couldn't
Jamari
do
saw you
anything
have
like
one of
that.
those before.
Yeah, because he was at my apartment, and I
Yeah.
like, and then my boyfriend at the time, he had to pretty much just like watch over me, and just like be there for me. He didn't really get to enjoy like majority of his trip because like for hours, like maybe for since you trip, let's say you trip for 6 7 hours, like for 4 hours, maybe 3 hours, I was just throwing up, and it just felt so horrible just feeling like that. And then, after that, eventually I did feel amazing, and I did feel euphoric, and I did feel like everything just felt right, and everything like it just all came back together. But whenever I was feeling in those emotions, whenever I was throwing up, it just felt like I just was throwing up all my anxiety and like all my earthly and bodily emotions that I get attached to this world. Like
Mm-hmm.
anxiety is not something that like and soul feels. It's something that a body feels
So
or something
break
like
that
that.
down for people. What does that even feel like? Like, what made you come to that categorization?
I
If I
feel
said that
like,
right.
yeah, I feel like, especially with like anxiety nowadays, like I have anxiety with like meeting new people. Like I feel like because I'm always judging myself, and so I feel like other people are judging me too. I feel like whenever I walk in a room, people are thinking, oh, she looks ugly. Oh, what's wrong with her fucking hair? Her makeup looks too fucking dark.
Mm.
Her makeup looks like this. Her makeup looks like that. She's too skinny. She looks like a fucking twig.
So it's
And it's
like
just
these
always just,
non-stop back-to-back voices that are just this, and that. And so
honestly,
conquering your shadow self would just be like having control over it, being able to automatically be like, shut that thing up.
and honestly
Yeah.
it would be because I mean it's like that, but it's also just because people used to say those things to me whenever I was a kid. And so I feel like whenever you hear something for so long, you kind of just assume that's what you are. And
Mm-hmm.
that's not, I mean, like I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, but that's not right to do that. Like you shouldn't just attach yourself to other people's words and other people's actions, because that has nothing to do with you. That's just how they
Mm-hmm.
feel on the inside. They're projecting.
So we're living in a world
Full
with
of
every,
projections.
yeah, full of projections, and once you come to that realization, it's just like, all right, step two. Now that we know that we're living in a world based off of projections, it's about how we handle those projections. So like how we handle that information being received, what folder, what file we're gonna put in. Not trying to make it sound like a computer, but
No, but you kind of are filing it in your brain. Like
mhm,
it kind of that's a cool way to think of it. Honestly, that's a
mhm,
cool analogy to think of it,
mhm.
because and like I feel like whenever I'm not sure if anyone else has thrown up or really had like any experiences like that when they've been on psychedelics, but this last recent time, like I've taken shrooms maybe like 4 or 5 times in my lifetime, and every single time. Okay, so um yeah, like the last time that I took shrooms, like I think I've taken shrooms like maybe 4 or 5 times,
Mhm.
and it's been like every time that I've thrown up and everything like that. But the last time that I did take shrooms, it wasn't anything like that. I felt so amazing. I went on a hike. I was just in the sun. I felt like the breeze. I saw animals that were just like, that I don't normally see, because
Mhm.
I live kind of like on a suburban side of town. So I just saw a bunch of animals, and it was just honestly really cool. And then I was able to meditate for a little bit. I watched this new show called Midnight Gospel, and it
I
really
love that
really
show.
really opened my eyes to like new perspectives on like
Mhm.
one for example, like being able to like reach spiritual enlightenment, and then what happens after. Because I thought, as a spiritual person, when you're
Mhm.
taught, you think that just spiritual enlightenment is the end. You just, that's what you're reaching and everything like that. That's what a lot of the monks do, and the Buddhists, they just kind of reach spiritual enlightenment, and that's the end. But there's more past that. You can reach so much more.
It's all right. Level two.
I know, like there's so many
Level
more
two.
levels. Like that's
Level
so
three.
crazy. And I think that if anyone ever does watch it, it really it's a mind opening show for sure.
I would definitely say after you suggest me watching it, like we're already going up when it comes to expansion of consciousness, but it allowed me to go even further. Like when you think that you've reached the edge, like you're saying, it's like
Literally.
the bridge.
It's like, oh, psych, we got more. And I think it's just so funny. Like, I think it's just so funny because you can always just learn so much more about things, and that's just like, I love the curiosity of it.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. The thought of that at first, like reaching enlightenment, it just seemed like something I wanted to get to, and I still want to get to, but I wanted to get to and be done. Sit on my cloud, eat Philadelphia cream cheese.
Literally.
But honestly, and I would like dread, like, oh, there's more to there. I gotta keep working. That's that little procrastination coming in. But then I was just like, only just now was I like, I laughed, and actually with a joyous spirit, girl, to know that I can keep going, to know that don't stay stuck on that emotion of, oh crap, I gotta do more. There's other emotions to experience in that, like
the emotions are the experience.
Sadness, like, yeah. And girl, it just keeps deeper, and then you just are falling down this
loop, like this Alice in Wonderland loop.
Yep. But that's good to know. That's very, I don't know. I notice now. I've noticed about myself that I notice it's getting more than the surface level. Like understanding that consciousness expands like a spider web. Girl, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like I keep getting off topic because I'm sorry. I have ADHD.
It's me getting you off topic. My ADHD.
But the conversations are just too good. The conversations are just too good.
And I hate to even label it as ADHD, but that's just what people will understand what we mean. So we're gonna use all kinds of terminology here. But so that's very interesting about your shadow self. I'm sorry. Like, I wanted to ask you a question, but damn it, I forgot.
So how I figured out that I had an ego death is basically just that, like, I just knew that, like, I didn't care. Your ego does things for itself. Your ego allows your body to do things for itself, to validate itself, to make itself feel better, to make yourself feel good. And when you dig deeper and you know yourself, you kind of realize that some of the things that you're doing, you don't even care about. You're just doing it to impress other people, or you're just doing it because other people care about it, and you want to look like you care about it too. And that's really just like I said again, validating your ego. And so, like, say for example, materialistic stuff. I knew that I would validate myself with materialistic stuff. Me having maybe the like Steve Madden's or like those new boots. I was like, oh my gosh, I need these boots. Everyone has them. I need them. Like, I need them. I would look so good in them, and I would spend all my money trying to make sure that I got these boots or anything like that. And that was back when I would have like the worst anxiety around people and everything like that. I couldn't really talk to people. I could only be around people that I knew, and if I didn't, I would be like a snail. I would revert in like a little turtle, revert back in my shell. Like, you can't talk to me. I don't know who you are. I don't feel comfortable around you. But I feel like now, after I maybe got out of like a relationship and, you know, I had some things happen to me, like life changed, a big change. I feel like now I don't validate those things anymore. I don't really care more about materialistic stuff. I kind of care more about, because at those times I wasn't really close with my family, and that was something that I really wanted deep down. Like, I really wish that like my grandma would call me, or we would have, I was able to talk to her, or you know, like she would say, like, you know, we would have conversations daily, or I was able to talk to my siblings or my cousins or anything like that, because I know that my family, like, they're super close knit, and I wanted to be like that with them. And I just felt so bad that, you know, everything just happened so quickly, and I wasn't on a good relationship with them and everything like that. And so that was something that I wished for whenever I was taking those shrooms, and whenever I was having those really bad anxiety attacks, whenever I was on shrooms. And I feel like now I'm moving back in with my family, having that good relationship with them, that good foundation. I'm able to talk to my grandma every single day, and we are able to say I love you. I'm able to just go in there and give her hugs and kisses and everything like that. I'm able to buy her presents. I'm able to talk to both of my siblings, even though they may be like rude or whatever, but you know, they're still my siblings. I still love them. They're still here. They're presents.
I love about grandma is when you say I love you to her, and the love, you can actually feel her love. Have you ever noticed that? Like,
yeah,
when you say I love you to different people, it feels different. Like, authentic level, authentic wise, damn, I can't even use my fucking words, but
Me,
um,
you getting
it
them out
just
though.
feels a lot more like,
You can feel it. Like you can just feel the
mm-hmm,
energy. Energy never lies.
versus this force, and it's like your whole body stiffens up.
I always tell grandma I love you. Every time she drops me off, I was like, okay, bye, grandma, I love you. I hope you have a good day. She was
Mm-hmm.
okay, bye, I love you.
She's so cute.
I know she's so cute, and so like I just feel like now like I don't have like. I mean, maybe I still am a little anxious. I'm not gonna say just
Mm-hmm.
completely disappeared, but maybe I'm a little bit more sure about myself, so that I know that like when I come into a room, I know that either way, people love talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
People enjoy my presence. People enjoy hearing
You
my
can feel
voice.
it.
Exactly. People tell me themselves, and I can feel the energy. Like, cause like I said, energy never lies, and I just feel like now, it is. It's just I just don't have, like, I just know that like my ego isn't just being validated anymore. It's more, I care more about what I'm doing to better myself, whereas I'm caring about what can I do to make other people like me more. What can I do?
Mm-hmm.
What can I wear? What can I say? What can I do? What can I be so that people will like me more? I'm just gonna be myself, and if you don't like me, we don't vibe, and that's okay. Cause it's okay. It's okay for some people to miss out on you. You can be such a great person, and some people just don't understand because they only know such things as at a surface level. People can only know you as far as they know themselves. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know themselves. They can't even begin to know who you are.
So with that said, like, how would you? What would be your advice to people who want to get back to their true self? Figure out where do they even start? How do they get back to who they authentically are? Which probably ain't but your 7, 8, 9, 10 year old self, because we're forced to conform so soon.
I feel like the
So
best
it'd
thing
be
that
like a
helped
child
me,
state, right? Like
and
all
it
the
would,
religious
it really would.
passageways kind of speak about, like that child, Christ like love to get back to. That's probably how you know you reach it. If you acting like trying to act like, I don't know. I don't want to give that much advice and go in all judgmental. So let me stop myself. But
No, you're not judgmental. You're not judgmental. We
yeah,
love the advice. We love the advice.
right.
Because, someone could always, take from it and use from it what they want.
That's true.
We love advice. But I feel like what you could start with, maybe, I feel
Mhm.
like, is really just like journaling. That was the best thing that I did. And I feel like that was maybe something that kind of really helped me. I didn't do that at all, like at all back then. But now,
Mhm.
all I do now is I journal my feelings. Because I went through such a horrific breakup, and it really took a toll on me. And even so now, it doesn't hurt me as much, but I still do think about it. But back then, all I could think about was just sitting in my thoughts and thinking about, oh, he doesn't miss me, he doesn't care about me, and I had no one to really understand me, and so I had to understand myself. I
Mhm.
had to,
Mhm. I felt that. I had
I
to
had to look
understand
within.
myself.
Like no one can understand how I
Yes.
feel, so I
Mhm.
have to understand myself. So the only way that I can is if I'm writing my feelings down, so that
Yeah.
I can look back on them and see how I feel later, or just kind of like, I just kind of look at
Exactly.
it like I'm unloading, like kind of how you look at it as like you maybe unload on your person. You may have a favorite
Mhm.
person that you just tell all your drama to. I
Mhm.
look at it as my journal, or my dog as my unload. I talk to Skipper. I talk to my journal.
Skipper.
I write in my journal. He listens. What else can he do? He's a dog. What else can he do but
Yeah.
listen and love me? you know
Mhm.
and I always feel like, even when like I was even like, I continuously have to tell myself this. And I even saw this really amazing quote. Like, it was such a good story.
Mhm.
But love that you lose, it always comes around in a different form. Like, and I even
Mhm.
have this in my Instagram bio, but the energy you put out will always come back to you. So I know
Yep.
sometimes you feel so horrible that you gave so many people all your energy and all your time and all your effort, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, I put everything that I know, all the love that I've given, and everything that I am into this person. How could they not reciprocate this energy, or even half of
Yep.
this energy? And you just feel so lost at sauce. Like, you just feel lost at sea. Like, what can I
Mhm.
do? But when you think about it like that, you really just got to look at it like, this person, like the love that you lose, is gonna come around in a different form. You may lose this love right now, but it'll come back. Like how I lost that love, it came back with my family. It came back with me being able to love myself, me being able to know myself better. I may have lost a different kind of love, but I gained even more love in a different form, even in a better form, in a more like euphoric form. Like I love this love. I would trade this love for nothing. Like the love that I had before, I would trade that love for this. Like,
So what would you give people advice for, just so that, say we have a probably a large audience of younger people to older people. It sounds like the stage of life that you're in would be, of course, your age, around 2021. How would you be proactive in giving people of a younger age proactive advice so they don't have to go through all this shadow work? Or do you feel like shadow work is something that
yes,
you're going to go through, it's meant for you to go through?
you have to. Like,
Okay.
regardless, everyone has a shadow self. Like you, me, your mom, your dad, your dog, everyone has a shadow self. And everyone, that's just, and what that means is just like a part of yourself that, that you just kind of suppressed. That, and I kind of think of it more like the kind of like my inner child, like the little girl that was hurt so bad, that's just like inside of me, and she just wants to be heard, she just wants to be listened to, she just wants to be loved. That's all she wants to do. And no matter what, she's never really received that, so she's always constantly looking for it and seeking it through other people. And so I feel like when you do shadow work, you kind of chip away at that, you kind of work away at that, you kind of heal that inner child, and you are able to tell him or her or they or whatever your pronouns are, you're able to tell that person, like, it's okay to be you. It's okay that you were hurt. It's okay how you feel. Your feelings are validated. Everything that you're feeling is okay, and you are loved, and you are cared about. You are safe. You are cherished. Like all the affirmations.
They just kind of got to step out of themselves and realize that you are the observer observing yourself. So
you are the observer, and you are
recognize what's happening to you, but don't let it completely consume you. I have to remind myself about that all the time. Like, yes, you feel all this energy, and it may feel bad or it may feel really good. More majority bad, I'm going to be honest, depending on where I am, which is why I don't leave the freaking house. But if just because you feel all this, let it go. You don't have to be so tight and caught up in holding everything with a freaking gorilla grip. Like, let it go.
I feel like that's another thing too. Like, I always try to have control of everything.
Yes.
Like, always.
Because
always.
it's the safety thing. It
like, you just want to feel like you know what you're doing at least.
You want to be able to do that trust fall on someone, because we've always been the person catching that other person.
Exactly.
So you have to let their ass hit the damn ground.
You can't be that safety net anymore.
And do it for yourself.
Exactly.
Do it for yourself.
Because if you can't,
because
no one else will do
friend.
it for you.
Right. You already know what a great person you are.
You already know what
so
you offer and you
duplicate
bring
yourself
to the table.
and do it to yourself. Okay.
Exactly.
Clone yourself. Do it to yourself.
Honestly, we need to start cloning. We need to make cloning, because
the right way though.
Literally, not the wrong way with like Walt Disney.
Like, seriously, I don't understand, like, how, or in this moment, I don't understand. But in another dimension, I do.
She said, yeah.
Right,
okay, I love that. I love that. I'm going to start saying that. I don't understand it in this dimension, but I do in another one.
Because, girl, yes. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like we're so colorful. We feel so colorful. We see so colorful and loving.
I just feel like we just really aren't meant for.
How
we
can't
truly
other people
are.
Automatic girl?
We are not meant for this world.
Extraterrestrial.
Because the way we love is just not meant. Girl, we're playing that song in the car. Like, that is such a good song.
If we even remember.
I'm putting it in my thing.
Yes, put it in.
Extraterrestrial. I haven't heard that song in so long.
Girl, my brain is a literal library. Like, I feel like all the things that you think, you have to be careful because you become, and that's the key to manifestation. Like, when I hold something that I want to do in my mind for a day or two, maybe even 3 days if I'm really interested in it, I cannot think about it for maybe the rest of the month or whatever. It eventually comes back full circle of what I was thinking in real time. Does that ever happen to you? Like, an example, a person bringing something up, or an actual event, and it's just like, the amount of awareness you probably can become to realize multiple things on different level, girls. It just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like maybe that's a special thing about us is we do that. Like
people say it's like reading between the lines, but I feel like maybe I just understand it deeper. Maybe I just can see things that you just can't. Maybe I can feel things that you just can't.
Yeah, and I'm glad I feel that way.
Honestly, because that's exactly how I felt about, like,
it's very challenging.
I don't want to say his name, but you know who. But that's exactly how I felt. He would always be like reassuring me, "Oh, I want to be with you. I want to be with you." But men tell you with their actions, not their words. And I even told him that. I was like, your actions speak louder than your words. Because that's something that my grandfather told me. And I will take that to my grave. Because at the end of the day, your actions really do speak louder than your words. A man can tell you, or a woman can tell you literally anything you want to hear. But at the end of the day, if their actions aren't matching their words, they don't really care about you.
And that's why I Love You, like we spoke about earlier, feels so different. Because when my grandma tells me she loves me, it feels like all the dots are connected, a complete love, because her actions translate to how she's thinking and what she's saying. It's all matching up. It's 333-666-999. When someone who's telling you two different things, they're telling you one thing and then their body is telling you another thing based off of what they're doing. It's, girl, you get all these different spews of numbers. Error.
He said error.
Okay,
Look.
not error. Okay, but error. I just need you to know. I hope, like, when people are listening to this, when I say error, that your vision goes black and you see ERROR on it.
Literally,
like, cause that's
like a screen.
I'm hoping you get the visual.
I got that too, actually. I got that too.
Error. Abort mission.
Literally,
this person is not identifying how they say they are. Abort mission. Like
literally.
The freaking Star Trek. Okay.
Honestly, like let's retreat.
Yeah.
She said like Star Trek.
I was like, yeah. But yes, like, that was a great convo.